policy is held by the Honorable Apex Court in the case of Himesh alias Bhimappa, 2021 so and so SEC so and so point. However, in the present case, he said general proposition would not apply because the Indian Banks Association has issued a general instructions to all the member banks in public sector with approval of Ministry of Finance for a revised scheme of compassionate appointment only for those employees who have expired due to COVID-19 pandemic on any date after 25/3/2020, and this policy has been made retrospectively applicable to all employees who have expired by COVID-19 pandemic. Fine. The relevant clause of the said policy is as under. ये IA 2382/23 इसके पेज 10 पर है, लास्ट पे the revised scheme से लास्ट पे. Next, thus it is evident that the petitioner would be governed by the policy dated 14/7/2021, because it is specifically framed for COVID-19 deceased employees after 25/3/2020 and applicable with retrospective effect and made applicable with retrospective effect. Next, as per the terms of the said policy, it is clearly mentioned in paragraph 14 thereof that there would be a formula to determine the financial condition of the family, and the amount received towards COVID-19 assistance would be excluded for consideration of financial condition. Thus, the amount of rupees 20 lakhs, 20 lakhs 50,000, 20,50,000 received by the petitioner's father, petitioner's family towards COVID-19 assistance has to be excluded in reckoning the financial condition of the family in accordance with paragraph 14 of the policy dated 14/7/2020. Next, there is a clear condition in the policy, paragraph 14 of the said policy dated 14/7/2021, that compassionate appointment will be sanctioned to dependents of those deceased employees where the monthly income of the family will be less than 75% of the last drawn gross salary of the employee. Point. The impugned order in Annexure P2, when tested on the touchstone of the said paragraph 14, utterly fails to consider this aspect, that whether the family earning is less than or more than 75% of last drawn gross salary of the deceased employee on the date of application. Fine. Next, the respondents have also not taken into consideration the aspect that the petitioner has already resigned from ATM services in July 2021 prior to the date of application, which is on 16/7/2021 prior to the date of application, which is 20/7/2021. Next, the salary slip annexed by the respondents is of January 2021. Point. Next, at this stage, learned counsel for the respondent bank has submitted that the bank was not apprised of the said fact of resignation of the petitioner, and the said fact needs to be verified by the bank. Point. Next, even otherwise, it is settled in law that a person seeking compassionate appointment is not expected to starve awaiting any permanent employment. Point. कहाँ सा judgment was starvation was? अपने हाईकोर्ट का ही है वो हरियाणा चंडीगढ़ का दिया लड़कों and if he is earning something for his sustenance, then that cannot be the sole ground to reject the candidature of the person for compassionate appointment. Next, in the present case, the petitioner, the family income was to be ascertained in accordance with paragraph 14, and even if the respondent bank had arrived at conclusion that the petitioner is employed with Paytm services, then also the financial condition was to be ascertained as per paragraph 14. Point. The designation of the petitioner prior to date of application would be relevant only for the purpose of including that portion for calculation of financial condition of the family, but the employment with Paytm services itself would not be relevant ground to reject the application for compassionate appointment. Next, it is further relevant to mention that as per paragraph 21E, small e of the policy for compassionate appointment, dated 14/7/2021, it has been provided as under E कोड कर दीजिएगा, उसी आईए के पेज 10 पर है, इसका स्मॉल केवल E कोड कर. Next, the father of the petitioner was admittedly a security guard and a subordinate staff, and was entitled to be considered with greater sympathy. Next, consequently, the impugned order annexure P2 is set aside. The respondents are directed to take a fresh decision in the matter pertaining the financial condition of the family strictly in accordance with clause 14 of the policy dated 14/7/2021, and at this point they would also take into consideration the submission of the petitioner that he had resigned from Paytm services in July 2021. The petitioner would be at liberty to place the relevant documents before the concerning authority in that regard. Next. Yes, you propose anything? तो इन्होंने एप्लीकेशन में लिखा है कोविड-19, आपने डिस्प्यूट नहीं किया. आपने भी डिस्प्यूट नहीं किया कोविड डेथ नहीं. आपने रिप्लाई में भी डिस्प्यूट नहीं किया कोविड डेथ नहीं, तो इसका कॉग्निजेंस कैसे लें? अब रिप्लाई में डिस्प्यूट कर जाते तो हम कहते हैं कि आप उसको वेरीफाई करिए.